Hello, English learner. Welcome back to English Speaking and Listening Club. I'm so happy to see you again. Today, we're talking about something powerful, how Amazon turned convenience into a global empire. This story is not just about business. It's about vision, timing, and most importantly, understanding human needs so deeply that you create something people can't imagine living without. Now, listen carefully, because as you hear this story, I want you to imagine your own life, your own dreams, and your own version of what Amazon represents for you. Because in the end, this story is about more than a company. It's about how one small idea, solving every day, problems in a better way, can change the world. The beginning of an idea. Let's rewind to the year 1994. The internet had just started making its way into homes. Most people thought it was just a place for geeks or technology fans. Hardly anyone believed real business could happen online. But one man, Jeff Bezos, was reading a report that said internet usage was growing 2,300% every year. That number was unbelievable, and in that moment, a spark lit up in his mind. He thought, what could I build on the internet that people really need? He made a list, 20 possible products that could be sold online, and he chose books. Why books? Because books offered endless variety. Millions of titles, too many for any physical bookstore to hold. Online, though, there was no limit. A small company could suddenly compete with the biggest bookstores in the world. That's how Amazon's story began. Not with money or power, but with insight and imagination. Back then, Jeff left his well-paid job on Wall Street. He told his boss he was going to sell books on the internet. His boss said, "That sounds like a good idea for someone who doesn't already have a good job." Yet Bezos followed his gut. He believed that the biggest risk was not trying. And that's your first lesson today. It's not risk that kills dreams. It's hesitation. The garage days, Jeff and his small team started Amazon in a garage in Seattle. There was a desk made from a door and some nails, a computer, and a lot of energy. Every order that came in made their hearts jump. They packed the books themselves, printed labels, taped the boxes, and personally took them to the post office. Those early days were full of small victories, a handful of orders, a kind email from a customer, a late night of work rewarded by one more sale. Now, imagine that scene, a few people in a cramped garage, believing in something the world hasn't yet seen. That belief is what makes dreams grow. Amazon wasn't just selling books. They were building trust in a new way of shopping. People weren't used to paying online or waiting for delivery. But slowly, one happy customer told another, and the circle grew. That's the power of consistent service. You don't become a global brand overnight. You grow one satisfied customer at a time. One honest effort after another. The power of customer obsession. Here's what truly made Amazon different. Their culture was built around one simple idea. Start with the customer and work backwards. Bezos said it again and again. Every decision, every innovation, every employee's goal was to make life easier, faster, and more reliable for the customer. Traditional companies focused on competitors. Amazon focused on customers. When competitors argued over who was bigger, Amazon quietly asked, what do customers need next? That's why features like customer reviews, recommendations, and one-click purchase existed. No one else was thinking that way. Their goal wasn't to make people buy more. It was to make people trust the process. They knew if people felt safe and understood, they would naturally come back. Ask yourself in your work, your studies, or your dreams. Are you focusing on your success or the value you give others? Success becomes easier when you focus on helping others win. How convenient became a culture now. Let's dig deeper into the magic word, convenience. Amazon didn't invent convenience, but they revolutionized it. Think about what convenience meant before Amazon. You had to drive to a store, look for what you wanted, and hope it was in stock. Sometimes it wasn't. Then you'd stand in line, pay, and drive back home. Amazon simplified that entire process to 3 easy steps: search, click, and receive. They removed the friction, the waiting, and the uncertainty. It felt like magic, but in truth, it was technology and empathy combined. Amazon Prime was another People were used to waiting a week for delivery. Prime said, "Why wait? Let's deliver in 2 days, or even 1. That simple promise didn't just sell products. It sold time. And time is the most valuable thing we have. Building for the long term, another lesson from Amazon is patience. Jeff Bezos would often tell investors, "We're not focused on next quarter's results. We're focused on the next 10 years. That mindset shocked many business leaders, but it worked. Every decision Amazon made, from building warehouses to developing technology, was done with the long game in mind. If you want lasting success, you must think in years, not days. Whether you're learning English, starting a business, or mastering a new skill, the long-term mindset keeps you steady, because greatness doesn't grow in comfort zones, it grows in persistence. Bezos once said, "Your margin is my opportunity." What he meant was, if others are making easy profits, he'll find a way to do it cheaper, faster, and better for the customer. That attitude changed entire industries, from books to electronics, groceries to cloud computing. The birth of innovation then came one of Amazon's greatest creations, Amazon Web Services, AWS. It started as a solution to their own technical problems. Amazon needed faster ways to manage their websites, traffic, and data, so they built internal systems to handle it. Later, they realized that other companies needed the same thing. Instead of just selling physical products, Amazon began to sell the invisible computing power, cloud storage, and software services. AWS became the backbone of the internet, powering everything from Netflix to small startups. The lesson here: sometimes your greatest breakthroughs come from solving your own problems. When you face a challenge, don't just fix it. Think about how your solution could help others to learning from mistakes. It's important to remember that Amazon didn't succeed at everything. Some products flopped. The Fire Phone, for example, was a major failure. Many critics laughed at Amazon and said they were losing focus. But Bezos responded calmly, saying, "Failure and invention are inseparable twins." That's a powerful statement. If you want to innovate, you must be willing to fail. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Amazon learns fast, adapts faster, and keeps moving. So, when you make a mistake, don't label yourself as a failure. Label yourself as a learner. Every no in life prepares you for a louder yes. The spirit of continuous improvement. Amazon's journey is also a story about continuous improvement. As the company grew, so did its goals. It didn't stop at books. It moved into electronics, clothing, groceries, entertainment, and even space exploration with Blue Origin. The dream kept evolving. Why? Because Amazon understood that human convenience is not static. What feels comfortable today might feel slow tomorrow. So they kept asking, how can we make this faster? How can we make this easier? How can we make this smarter? Ask yourself these same questions every day. In your English learning, in your career, in your personal growth, ask, how can I do this better than yesterday? Progress is not about perfection. It's about constant motion, lessons you can apply today. I want to take all these big ideas and bring them back to you, a learner, a dreamer, a builder of your own life empire. Lesson 1. Start small. But start now. Amazon started with books. You can start with one goal, one project, one step. You don't need everything figured out. Momentum is your best friend. Lesson 2. Focus on solving problems for others. Success is service. The more people you help, the stronger your foundation becomes. Lesson 3. Be patient and play the long game. People might not see your efforts now, but consistent action turns invisible progress into visible victory. Lesson 4. Innovate. Experiment and don't fear mistakes. Every invention carries a little bit of failure inside it. That's the price of progress. Lesson 5. Keep learning and improving daily. Every new word you learn, every skill you practice, it's all a brick in your empire of excellence, the bigger picture. When we talk about Amazon's empire, we're not just talking about numbers or profits. We're talking about a shift in how the world works, how humans connect, shop, and live. Amazon taught the world that convenience is not a luxury. It's a necessity, and it's built by caring deeply about ordinary people. And that's what success truly is, caring deeply. Caring about your work, your customers, your teammates, your audience, your growth. When you care enough to make something simple and valuable, people notice. Convenience, you see, is not just a business tactic. It's an act of empathy. When you make life easier for someone, you gain something far more powerful than money. You gain trust. The story comes full circle. Today, Amazon is one of the most valuable companies on earth. It employs over 1 million people and serves hundreds of millions of customers. But remember, it all began with a laptop, a dream, and a simple desire to make buying books easier. That's the beauty of beginnings. They never look grand in the moment. You only realize their greatness when you look back. Every beginner's step matters, so if you're at the starting line of your journey, whether it's learning English, building your business, or changing your life, embrace it fully. This is your garage moment. You might not have all the tools yet, but you have the right mindset, and that's what matters most. Final thoughts. Sum it up this way. Amazon's empire stands on 5 pillars: vision, action, customer focus, innovation, and perseverance. You can use the same pillars in your own life. Have a clear vision of what you want. Act on it every single day. Stay obsessed with giving value to others. Keep innovating even when you're scared. And most of all, never stop when it gets hard. Because the people who win are not the ones who start perfectly. They're the ones who refuse to quit. Remember, your dream may start small, just like Amazon's first order. But small beginnings often lead to giant outcomes. You have everything it takes to create your own version of greatness. Learn from others, yes. But most importantly, believe in yourself enough to take that first step. Thank you for listening, my friend. I hope you feel inspired today to take action, even a small one, toward your dream. This is what the English Speaking and Listening Club is all about. Learning through stories. speaking with confidence, and growing as global thinkers. If this story moved you or taught you something new, share it with someone who needs motivation. And remember, our hook line, great empires are built on small conveniences. When you make life easier for others, success naturally follows. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Stay motivated, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next session, where we'll keep learning English and life together.